Hi, we're back. We're back for episode 1. You guys excited? Episode 1.
Phantom Menace.
Oh, that was the worst.
Phantom Veteran.
The Phantom Veteran. I hated that first episode of Star Wars. Terrible. But we're gonna start off. Thanks for all the questions you guys asked on Facebook, on our Facebook page. We got a lot of freaking questions, so we picked a couple, but we're gonna have more videos. We're gonna be doing this every Thursday. Military life before and after episode, yada yada. So every Thursday, expect these videos. It's gonna be good stuff. So the first question I have is by Curtis Telesio. He says, considering joining the Navy or Air Force, but I'm no longer 18, how often do you see someone in their early 30s joining? Well, I mean, how old were you when you joined?
I was 24 when I went.
So mid-20s, where were you?
25.
Mid-20s. I was 19. I was the youngest when I joined. In your 30s, though, like being in boot camp and stuff, like...
Well, I had guys 32.
Did you have older people?
I had a couple guys that were 32, 33, I believe.
Yeah.
I had one guy, and like the older guys, they're obviously expected to lead. And they're expected to like be in leadership.
A couple of them didn't.
Yeah, well, like normally were you in charge of older people, or any of you guys in charge of
when I went
30-year-olds?
at 24, I thought I was going to be the old man at boot camp, and when I got to the fleet, and it was actually kind of like the medium range at that time. And this is like 2004, mind you.
Right.
But at that time, most of the guys I hung out with at boot camp were all like 24.
Mid-20s?
Yeah.
Like the guys that I had some issues with some older people, because I was a young E5. I was 21 years old, right? And I was in charge of my division, in the line division. And I had, a 32-year-old guy from Romania, and I had this other guy in his 30s who had a kid and was married. And like they just don't give you the respect. Like they don't. My experience with older people, enlisted people in the military, they don't give me like the respect that I think I should have.
If you're in your 30s and you have a hard time listening or taking orders from anyone in general, period,
it's not for you.
But then especially if someone that's going to be probably a lot younger than you,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't recommend joining. But if you're able to put all that aside, then joining at 30 is not a problem.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. All right, so there's that question. Question number 2. Let's see. It's Jeffrey Wilson. How did you talk to your parents about joining the military?
Excellent.
Any
question.
tips? How did you talk to your parents? What did your parents do? Say. Well, you have something?
I was the youngest in my family. I have 3 older siblings, and so I knew it was kind of going to be hard on my parents. So again, remember I said I was like 23 when I signed up, 24 when I shipped out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was a kid, but definitely being approachable with them and honest with them. I took my parents hey, let's go to dinner this Friday night, and sat them down and basically explained to them the reasons why and what I expect to get out of it.
Right.
They hear these things from you coming openly and honestly.
Were you already on your own at that point?
I'd moved back home by that point.
You moved back home? So yeah, but I know for me, being like 18 when I joined, and I wanted to learn how to be on like my own and how to do shit on my own, and it did that. So that's good.
Yeah.
Actually, it did. That's what I wanted. I'm going to college now, 24, doing my own thing. So yeah.
I mean, 18, 19, you're gonna joining the military. You're gonna definitely learn
There's a lot you're gonna learn.
Life lessons that other
Quickly.
kids your age are not gonna learn going. If they went straight into college.
But don't be that person that like gets a big head and think you're better than people because you're in the military now and you're gonna brag about it. Don't be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy.
Nobody likes that guy that goes back to their high school after they get out of boot camp and wears their uniform and shit.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, look at me.
Play it down for sure. It's a lot cooler if like people find out like a roundabout way that you're in the military versus you, like broadcasting it to the world.
Right.
I mean, you should be proud.
Be proud of yourself.
Be proud, but don't be egotistical and don't think you're better than people.
Yeah.
I don't know. Parents, you just got to fill out your own parents. You know how your mom and dad is. You best be tactful. Tactful. Use tact. All right, so now we're going to get into questions about rates. So I'm going to ask Joe. I know we had some questions about, he was an OS, operational specialist. So let me look for that one. All right, so Carol Zenner, sorry if I butcher your name. She just went to MEPS and she was offered OS. It's not what she wanted. But obviously it's the needs of the Navy. So she didn't get the job that she wanted, but she picked OS because that was available. She was upset, but the Navy people there talked it up and now she says she feels better about it. She hears it's a chill job, and apparently the first one's to lead the ship. Oh, I can already tell you that's not true.
That's not true. You need
The first
some
one's to lead
gold
the ship.
on your colors.
You
to
need
lead the
some.
ship.
You need a little something to get off the ship first. You are staying on watch, my friend. You are not going anywhere. But what? So what's OS?
First
OS
of all,
life.
I was. That's not the job I picked when I went to MEPS. Like that's not the job I had envisioned picking.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
Buddy.
gets the job they absolutely wanted before they go to
No,
MEPS.
I wanted aviation. I wanted air traffic control. I got aviation mechanics.
And I only picked OS because at that time, during the height of the war, they were giving signing bonuses. There
Oh.
was a signing bonus for OS, and there wasn't for, I think it was IS was the other one they
So
were
you got that signing bonus.
So it was like this one or that one. I took OS. I actually really enjoyed it though. It's a very technical job. It is chill, like you said,
Mhm.
but it's very critical. You are the brain of the ship essentially. You work in the brain of the ship.
Because you're up there on the bridge.
On the bridge, you usually have at least one OS on the bridge, depending on the platform.
The bridge scared the shit out of me. There's so many
it's
officers.
fine.
I mean,
you
for
get
me,
used to it. You get used to
yeah.
it.
But you're up there with the skipper, with the XO. You're up there with everybody, right? Up on the bridge.
But yeah, they come and go, and they come into the CIC where you work also. That's the brain of the ship. That's primarily where you work. Is usually right behind or below the bridge, and you're basically on radars. You're on the telephones, talking to other ships, talking to shore. Again, you're the brain. You communicate for the ship, and you're kind of
Awesome.
looking out for the ship. And
Yeah, I didn't know anything about OS. You know,
it's a very fun raid. You work hard at sea. You will have long hours, but it makes the time go by. Import, there's not a lot to do. It'll be boring, but yes, you will leave early when you're in port for a lot, like in your home port. I was stationed at San Diego for several years, and yeah, in port there's really not much to do. Depending on your command, you might get like 4-hour work days. We got a lot of those, and kind of sneak out of work type of thing, but. Because otherwise you're sitting there getting in trouble on the ship.
But they always say, choose your rate, choose your fate.
Absolutely.
In the Navy, pick your rate, pick your fate. You know.
Long hours underway though.
He had, I'm sure OS was super stressful and stuff and all that.
There were times.
Very nervous.
Especially going in and out of port, it's pretty much
everybody.
Everybody's you have to track all the contacts, all the little tiny fishing boats and sailboats coming out of the port you're in and out of. There's a lot to keep track of and a lot to look at.
Awesome. Well,
but hey, good for you for choosing OS.
Or the Navy chose it for you.
Same here.
Well, yeah. What is up, guys? I hope you really enjoyed part 1 of that Q&A. I didn't want to flood you with like a 20-minute video. It was pretty long, even longer than that, because I know that's a long video to sit there and watch. So I split it up into 2 parts. If you really want to see part 2, I mean, I could upload it before next Thursday, but I just have a lot of content. So again, I didn't want to flood you with a huge video, but anyways, I will see you guys probably this weekend for sure. I'm going to be coming out with another video, another vlog, but yeah, and also huge shout out to DWK Videos. I'm going to leave his link below. He made that awesome intro and the banner art on my channel. Super stoked. I really like it, bro. Thanks so much. So that's his YouTube channel. Go check him out. Super awesome. He's going to be in the description also. And then keep leaving those questions and comments on our Facebook page for more Q&As in the future and stuff like that. So yes, we will see you guys later. Goodbye.